Welcome to the 2026 Singapore Airshow. Before we start, please hit subscribe for more great videos on the way. Let's go! So we get to have a look at the static display before everyone else does. Let's have a look at what's at the show. So the star of the show at this year's Singapore Airshow 2026 has to be this beautiful Starlux A350-1000. So I'm standing right in front of this Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engine. Each produces up to 97,000 pounds of thrust. This particular Starlux A350-1000 is the first to be delivered to Starlux. It was delivered on January 6, 2026. So the Airbus A220-300 carries up to 160 passengers one class and flies them up to a range of 3,400 nautical miles. So the Airbus A220 is powered by two Pratt & Whitney PW1500G geared turbofan engines. Each produces up to 23,300 pounds of thrust on takeoff. So heading out for the first aircraft visit, which will be the Air Niugini Airbus A220. Let's go.
Good. So happy to introduce the cabin of the A220 to you. Maybe let me start with one of the things, which is the windows. So as you can see, first of all, we have a lot of windows. So every 20 inch, there's a window on the 220 aircraft. And actually, it's also about the size of the windows that brings this brightness into the cabin. Then you feel the spaciousness as well for the wider cabin and the wider seats. So the seats can be up to 19 inch in terms of seat width. It always depends on how the seat is configured also by the customer and the seat manufacturer. On terms of the aisle and what you can see here, it can be up to 20 inch. So if you move a card, and we can just do that at the back, you will see that actually, even though you have a card here, you're still able to pass by the full size or the half size card. So that's very nice for crew in terms of service opportunities. If you'd be actually looking into the business class, 4 abreast in a very comfortable configuration. Also, you see that we have a 5 abreast configuration. So you have 2 seats here and you have 3 seats on that side.
So that was a beautiful tour of the A220. Now let's go and have a look at something quite a bit bigger.
On the first class, it's a row of 4 seats. They are Collins seats. As you can see, it's privacy with a nice pinkish metallic finish, which is over there. Business class is comfortable as well. It's a 4 abreast seating configuration. And it's such comfortable that with this kind of configuration, you can live without any center overhead bins. You only have overhead bins on the right, on the left, and look at this. They are quite large. Actually, they are the only bins on the market where you can load 5 roller bags side by side. And when you have such a space, you don't need something over there. And that's what creates this feel of volume and space in the 350. The walls, they are almost vertical. There is space everywhere. And when you combine that with the specific wood lighting which has been selected by Starlux, it creates a sense of ease. So 44 seats between door 1 and door 2, which is in the end a kind of classic arrangement on the 1000. Compared to the 900, the door 1, door 2 cabin is 4.5 meters longer.
Wow, this is to show the dimmable windows.
Yes. Can you see the feeling of the true darkness? You know,
Yeah,
electro-dimmable windows, they were invented a bit more than 10 years ago. And the first generation of electro-dimmable windows, they were not giving the entire true darkness. We asked the crew this morning to display what those electro-dimmable windows can do today in 2026. We are in Singapore, it's the middle of the day, and we have the feeling that we are completely at night. Starlux decided to take on board their aircraft the very comfortable 9 abreast arrangement. You know that we are also selling the 10 abreast arrangement. That is what Philippine Airlines has taken on the very same aircraft 1 month ago. Starlux really wanted the highest level of comfort. So here it's a kind of Eco Plus, we could say. Each seat is 18.5 inch wide, and we add to that a 32-inch pitch, and we have something which is very, very comfortable.
And that's a beautiful aircraft tour of the Starlux A350-1000. So China definitely has a very strong presence at the Singapore Airshow 2026 again. They have the trunk jetliner, the C919 on display, as well as the newly renamed Comac C909. The C909 aircraft carries up to 97 passengers 1 class and flies up to a range of 3,700 kilometers. The C919 currently carries 174 passengers 1 class and flies them up to a range of 3,000 nautical miles for the extended range variant. So behind me we have the Embraer KC390. It carries up to 26 tons of payload to a range of 1,080 nautical miles. So Embraer has brought its E195-E2 aircraft to the Singapore Airshow 2026. It carries 146 passengers 1 class, and with its new improved takeoff weight, flies up to 3,000 nautical miles. The E195-E2 features a newest Pratt Whitney geared turbofan PW1900G engine, and each produces up to 23,000 pounds of thrust. So Gulfstream has brought 2 of its private jets to the Singapore Airshow 2026, the Gulfstream G500 and the flagship here at the Airshow, the Gulfstream G700. The Gulfstream G700 carries up to 13 passengers to a range of up to 7,750 nautical miles. The Gulfstream G500 has a similar seating capacity of 13 passengers, but flies a shorter range of 5,300 nautical miles. Dassault Aviation has brought the Falcon 6X to the Singapore Airshow 2026. It carries up to 16 passengers in a high-density 1 class layout and flies up to a range of 5,500 nautical miles. Bombardier has brought the Global 7500 aircraft, and it flies up to a range of 7,700 nautical miles. In a typical seating layout, it seats about 8 passengers, but it can go up to 19 passengers in a high-density layout. So behind me is the Pilatus PC-24. It carries 6 passengers to a range of up to 2,035 nautical miles. Some of the smaller private jets at the show is this Beechcraft behind me, as well as the Citation Lattitude business jet. Obviously, being based in Singapore, the RSAF has the largest assets as well as the most assets at the Singapore Airshow 2026. The key highlight for me has to be the A330 multi-role tanker transport. is based on the A330-200 platform. The next generation F-35 fighter jet is definitely very well represented at the 2026 Singapore Airshow. So in addition to the Royal Australian Air Force F-35, we have two more F-35s by the United States Air Force. The United States Air Force has also brought its KC-46 tanker, and in the background, the beautiful Boeing P-8 as well. KC-46 tanker has a payload of about 29.5 tons, and it can fly up to a range of 6,385 nautical miles. The P-8 itself is based on the Boeing 737-800 next generation platform, but the biggest change that I can tell is the winglets, so it now has the rigged wingtip similar to what you find on the 787 Dreamliner. Representing Airbus Defence and Space, we have this German Air Force Airbus A400M Tactical Combat Airlifter. So now we are at the upper deck area and we're gonna film all the exciting flying displays. Let's go! So behind me is the exhibition hall. There are far too many exhibitors to mention, but I'll show you the key highlights at the Singapore Airshow 2026. Comac is back at the Singapore Airshow 2026 as well, and they also have a huge booth in the exhibition hall. So Comac has the C919 model, as well as a model of the C909. And there's a cutaway that allows us to see what is inside in a typical passenger configuration. The C929 is designed to carry from 282 to 440 passengers and fly up to a range of 12,000 kilometers. So AVIC has brought the J35A to the exhibition hall, or mock-up of it, and it's a 5th generation land-based stealth fighter jet. So behind me is what I think is the coolest engine concept here at the show. This is the CFM Rise concept. So Airbus has this really cool slidey A321 XLR pop-up here, and it's to show the differences as well as the key features of the XLR variant. Airbus has also brought a digitalized mock-up of the inside of the A350 Fighter, and when it enters service, it will be able to carry 111 tons of payload to a range of 4,700 nautical miles. So Boeing has a huge booth here in the exhibition center, and they have brought the 777X cabin mock-up demonstrator.
As we highlighted in the video, we have our A ceiling architecture here, which helps to emphasize the feeling of height in our 777X cabin by eliminating our centerline bin. However, customers do have the option to also take centerline bins, which you can see illustrated here on the screen, for additional overhead stowage capacity. In the mind of overhead stowage capacity, we do have a new and improved closing forces on our new bin of 40% closing and force improvement, as well as an intuitive latch which allows you to touch or pull whatever is most comfortable for your cabin crew. In addition, we allow our customers to make a selection between a standard window shade or an electronically dimmable window shade, which are both functional here in the mock-up if you would like to experience them for yourself. And then lastly, one of the main highlights of our mock-up here today is our lighting capability. One of our primary focuses for Boeing cabins is ensuring that our passengers feel connected to the experience of flight and connected to sky. And one way that we do that is through our lighting capability. With that, Laura is going to showcase one of our personal favorites, which is our grand gesture scene. This is intended to emulate the cascading effect of the sunset into the cabin to help situate your passengers into the rest scene or beverage or food scene, depending on where you are in your stage of flight.
It's a 777X.
It's only for those LEO, low Earth orbit satellites.
Yes, and multi-orbit satellites.
And
This is already offerable for Starlink, for SES, formerly Intelsat.
But these like Lantel carpets, you can see this one is 80% wool, 20% regenerative nylon.
Thanks for watching, and until we meet next time, one team, one aviation, one sky ahead.